Unplugged minds. We taking over.
I really didn't have anything to really talk about, but I happened to just be sitting and thinking about the state of the country at this point. And we all know that it's the patriarchal system that we're, governed by that's fucking it up, right? I got confirmation of that. Looking at the yin and yang symbol, we all know the matriarchal system is how we get it back in harmony. I'm gonna just back it up, start from the beginning. We lived under a matriarchal system. God was obviously known to be a woman at this time, which is why women were people say worship today, but that's not a word, or that's not something that ancient people would use or do. They don't worship things. They reverence things. They honor things. They give gratitude towards things. They don't worship things. That's just a concept that we're we've been programmed with. The woman was revered or honored as the creator because she is the creator of the physical. All people come through her. She is the creator God. So she was honored as such. Back then by men and women, that's just the way of life. But they live together and in harmony. They in balance. They live off nature, and they had one language, it wasn't, again, they wouldn't have called it a religion, but they had one way of life, which was, the matriarchal system, the Ma'at, universal laws type shit, being aligned with nature. At this time, we know they lived in peace and harmony all over the world because archaeologists dug up the skeletons from that era and found that all of them were whole. None of them had missing limbs or holes or any indication of violence. It was as if they just all died of old age. Also, if you're a Christian, this would be the time where the Bible says that they traveled to heaven. They lived all, in harmony and was, had one language and was all together, and then God came down to create confusion, which he doesn't do. So religious people say to have them speak different languages, and y'all know how I feel about the Anunnaki, but I don't trust them, and I don't have the same view of them as everyone else. I think they are the ones, the gods that came and changed the language and confused everybody, made them more physical, more masculine, low vibrational masculine, and that, creating a slave race to mind gold for them. Anyway, so I don't agree with the regular definition or explanation of the yin yang symbol either. My definition or explanation of the yin and yang symbol, this whole thing is feminine energy, right? Feminine energy is 90%, masculine energy is 10. This whole circle will be 90%. The dots in the middle will be 10%. That will be your masculine energy. You have the white side of the feminine energy is actually the low vibrational side of feminine energy. The dark side of feminine energy is the high vibrational side. The dark side of masculine energy is the low vibrational side, and the white side is the high vibrational side. Feminine energy is compassion, vulnerability, nurturing, emotional, understanding, and cooperative, right? The reason why I say that is low vibrational, because if you listen to the traits, it's all about giving herself away, or putting other people before herself. Compassion, that's not for her, that's for other people. Being vulnerable and cooperative, it's not for her, it's for other people. You know what I'm saying? So although these things aren't bad things, but if you look at the state of women today, women in their feminine energy, not women in their masculine energy, because that's a different thing. I'll explain in a second. But women in their feminine energy, they give themselves away. Like they are all about the kids or the husband or just somebody else. They neglect themselves. She's in this energy. She has masculine energy, and this is low vibrational masculine energy. So when you're in this energy, it's easy for you to switch into this low vibrational masculine energy, which we know masculine energy is leadership, action, logic, reason, competition, which again aren't bad things. But when you're in low vibrational energy, it is bad thing, because leadership, you would not have integrity. You would lead through fear and dominance and manipulation. Dark divine feminine energy embraces independence, claims their power. They trust in the instinct, their intuition. They follow their intuition. They're creative, authentic, transformational, self-aware, rebellious, fierce, and balanced. The masculine, high vibrational masculine, would lead with integrity. You know what I'm saying? Would lead, based off equality, not a dominance. So in a world where patriarchy has created this docile, they remove the dark divine feminine. They suppress it. They, demonize it, which is why, a lot of women and, men too are in this feminine energy, which is more docile and passive, and you can kind of take advantage of her, walk all over a type of a woman. This is the way we at. And so, but in her defense, like, as she notices this is how people are treating her, she switches into her low vibrational masculine energy. Because this has been, if you take away the dark divine feminine energy, you take away the high vibrational masculine energy. They go together. That's what I got from just looking at the yin and yang symbol. It just popped out, and it is so clear that is why the state of the world is where it is right now. So as this energy is entering back into this physical realm, also the high vibrational masculine is entering back into to this realm. And once we're whole again, these energies will balance out. We won't have either of these passive, that super passive people that's being taken advantage of or walked all over, or these super fucking manipulative ass people who, just scheming and scamming and lying and plotting and all this shit. That is the state that we're in today, because we are only using these two energies. But as we advance and elevate to this higher side, we can balance this thing out and bring it back to a more harmonic, just more balanced state of being. If it confirmed it for me, I know it confirmed it for y'all. The resolution seems much more attainable, you know, now that we know what the cause is, you know. We have the resolution. Unplug lines. It's that way. I'm rolling.